In this video, I'm getting the digital control connected and up and running. I've got another electrical box identical to the first one, mounted it to the left hand side. I drilled two 32mm holes, which is just the right size for my orange cable ducts to get the two boxes connected. I decided to use two cable ducts just to make sure that I do have enough space to run wires in between the two boxes. I left the mounting rail in the second box and I clipped the main on-off switch and the main socket onto it. First of all, I'm sealing all the openings on the inside and on the back with bathroom sealer. Now I'm connecting the mains to the switch and the socket. The socket will be on all the time and the switch will turn off all the transformers and any auxiliary power. I'm hooking up the sockets for the transformer. The transformer plugs have no earth, so I'm using these smaller sockets. So this is my latest development, the track power selector, which is basically, I have three inputs which are connected here, here and here. And then I do have this selector switch which drives two of these relays at any point in time. So it's either these two relays are energized and then basically the power which is connected here gets fed onto the common which goes to the rail, or if I turn the knob then it's either the second or the third is used. And I do have three LEDs also wired up to these points, so I have a visual feedback which one is actually used. So I'm going to use one for digital, the other one is analog, and then I'm going to have a third one which will have some sort of, I don't know, maybe banana plug. So if I have open day and then guest people bring their own power supply, whatever RGB, then I can easily connect it to the track without disassembling the entire electrical work. And so it's basically the control is the selector switch. I just mounted it on this piece of acrylic which I had lying around, and I put everything into this box just to make sure it doesn't just to protect the electronics and the terminals, because I expect it's going to be quite a big mess in the box. And I decided to use 5-volt relays, so the whole thing is powered from a small USB charger, because that's the only power supply which is small enough to fit in the box, and also because it's widely available, it's probably the cheapest one that you can get, and 5-volt relay is good enough. These actually switch 15 amps on 24 volts, so it should be more than enough for my layout. Okay, so it's all wired together, so let's have a short tour of the, the whole jungle here. So that's the cable with the mains power. So it goes to this socket, and it also goes to this switch. So by turning this off, it will turn off everything which is here. And from this switch, I power the digital transformer, and then also the analog transformer. And then there is the phone charger, which I use for the 5-volt to drive this board. So that's the three things which gets power once I turn this one on. So let's see the analog side. I mean, obviously it's the mains comes on here, and then this goes into one of the channels of the input selector. On the digital, I have a transformer. This is some decoder. Then that's connected to the Marklin controller. And then again the output comes here through this duct, and then it goes to channel 1. And as you can see, I have the LEDs here, so I can select channel 1, 2, 3, and channel 2 is now analog, And if I turn this one on, you probably wouldn't see, but you can hear that the train is running. And if I change to a different channel, it's not. So it is working. So next thing is try to fit everything into these two boxes. Just to prove that everything is working, so now I have the selector switch on channel 1, which is digital. That's my controller, which has power. And I have my V100, and if the rooster finishes, then I turn on the sound. And it is working.
The lid of the left box goes on easily. There is not much clutter in there. I have bundled up the extra wires and secured them with cable ties. The right box is different. There are a lot more wires going around. The transformer also takes up quite a bit of a space. But with a bit of jamming and poking the wires, it finally goes on.
Last minute modification, I had to change the switch and the plug because the controller just wouldn't fit behind the window. Sorry, this door. So I have to tuck the cable in, and it's still difficult to get it in. So I don't know. I have to come up with some sort of solution. Maybe just a piece of plastic here, which will hold the controller while I'm closing the door, because it's like so this is not really elegant. But I can get it in, and I can close it, and it's secure and watertight, so it should work.